I'm Ray Allen, President and CEO of Peppershock Media and also a Chief Marketing Officer for Hire. And today I'm sitting down with Matthew. Matthew, tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm the field sales rep for United States Postal Service. I represent all of Southern Idaho. So what I do is I work with businesses on mailing and shipping solutions. So on the mailing side, it can be anywhere from first class, standard, or marketing campaigns, or it can be direct to consumer shipping campaigns.
All right. So tell us some interesting, new, exciting news that we can use for the United States Postal Service. What can we do as a marketing company and a business that wants to promote our businesses? What can we do utilizing direct mail through you?
Well, there's a lot to be answered in that question because, let's take a step back. Number one, why utilizing the Postal Service, say, for marketing campaigns? Well, number one is we touch every single person and every single household and every single business every single day, except for Sunday. So if you want to have the ability to get your message in front of a decision maker and make sure that that person sees it, what better way than putting your message in a mail piece and putting it in front of them?
Excellent. And you said that there was a program that I hadn't known a lot about. So tell me about this program. What is it called and what is it?
There is a lot of things that the Postal Service is doing to not only increase our efficiency, but increase the experiences on both sides. So whether it be the customer receiving the mail or our customers paying the bill, sending the mail to them. One of the most, it's the funnest, most innovative thing that I think that we've come up with in a long time. It's called informed delivery. So right now, if you take this little piece of mail right here and you send it through the mail, as it processes through our machine, we take a picture of it. What that picture does is then process and figure out where exactly is this going. And you see this little barcode on here? We sprayed on that to tell our machines exactly where that goes and in what order to sort it for the mail carrier so he can go throughout his route as efficient as possible. What do we do with those images? Well, before we just did a data dump and we let those all go. So we came up with a simple concept of, well, maybe our customers want that information. So we had an experiment where we signed up 700,000 people in an experiment and took that image and emailed it directly to them to tell them what's going to be in your mailbox today. And that is the information that's going to those customers right now. So the process is you sign up, you request this information, we verify through a secure website to make sure that you are who you are because this is still your personal information. And then every day you will get an email with everything that's coming into your mailbox. Number one, it's a better experience for the customer because if you're looking for a check or you want to know what's going on, that's great.
Checks in the mail. We've heard that before.
You know what's going to be in your mailbox. Not to mention, if something's not there, you know that it was processed. You know that, hey, we need to figure something's wrong. For the people paying the bill and sending the mails, let's say marketers.
Right. Okay,
this is a second touch for your marketing piece. They're going to see it in their email, and then they're going to see it when they pull it out of their mailbox. We are also working on a project where we are going to tag that mail piece. Let's say you have a new offer and you want them to go to your website to take that offer. We're going to have a direct link attached to that image of your marketing piece. So now we're talking about 3 touches for 1 piece of mail.
So no longer can you say that snail mail is no longer going to be effective because now we can actually get that piece of snail mail, get an image of what's being sent to you, and actually have a clickable hot link that will take people to a specific URL that you want them to go to.
Correct.
Wow.
And a real ROI for that mail piece and knowing where those customers are coming from. I don't deal with it. I mean, maybe you know better than I. What's a typical open rate for email marketing?
Well, it really depends on the industry, the time of day, and when you're sending it. But certainly, we always look at the tracking of when the best time to send that is and when you want to open that. But, we've heard anywhere between, having a 2% to a 20% open rate anymore is good. But, and if you have a 50% open rate, then you are doing really well.
So when we did this experiment before our launch in 2017, we had 700,000 participants. Within that participants, 69% of those emails that we sent out were opened.
69%.
69% of
Wow,
all
that's
those.
fantastic.
Yeah, that is.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun.
So it's very effective.
It is.
Because people really want permission. They give you permission to send them the email, so they effectively want to know what's going to come into their mailbox.
They already want that information, so you've already got that permission to send that email.
And how convenient is that when you want to know what's going on in your inbox, in your mailbox, and maybe you're on vacation or, but you can always do stop mail too if you needed to. But then at least now you know what to expect when you get home, or you know if maybe something went missing, right? So this could be a...
Yeah, since that is capturing the images going through the machines, if your mail is on hold, those emails will still come and will still show you what you were getting that day and what will be on hold when you get
Wow,
back.
so even messages that are on hold. So this is good for marketers from the perspective that we're still reaching people even when they're on vacation.
Correct.
Or wherever they are in the world.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Really, what it comes down to is the Postal Service is starting to understand better and better what the needs are from our marketing standpoint, our customer standpoints, and integrating digital into everything that we do.
Wow, this is fascinating. So I just pulled out some mail pieces from our recycle bin. Some of them we didn't necessarily get opened, but but I know we're planning on doing the fit one. So this is a good piece of mail for me to look at. But I just wanted to kind of, we talked to Cahill Jones from BizPrint, and he told us a little bit about the different pieces and printing and tabbing and those types of things. But I kind of wanted to hear from your perspective, working with the post office. I mean, what is the best way to send mail if you're marketing your company?
Boy, that's another open-ended question because there are so many different ways to send mail and so many ways to send marketing mail. Now, we can break down a few concepts as far as class, okay? First class mail, that's typically personal information. So account numbers, customers' information, that has to go first class, and that's a two-way street. Then you have marketing mail. Marketing mail was referred to as standard, but now we're referring it to what it is marketing mail. Right.
Okay.
And then you're holding also a nonprofit, which we have specialized pricing instructions for that.
Okay.
But when it comes down to it, it's just like when you are dealing with your customers, you really want to fit the business's need to reach those customers. And who are those customers? What is the best way to reach out to those customers? So, I mean, a couple examples of late is, let's say we have a maid service that has really great clients in specific areas throughout the Treasure Valley. She wants to market to that neighborhood that she already has existing clients and maybe potential can grow her business within that neighborhood. And, she's already going there anyways. It's going to save her gas. And she can have some referrals from those people. So a program that would work well for that is called EDDM. It's an every door direct mail, and it's a simple address piece that doesn't require a mailing list. Is a large format type piece, so we've referred to this as a flat.
Okay.
So a little bit larger piece, sorry.
There you go.
So that when it's going along with other mail pieces, it's going to stick out.
Okay.
And it's going to show you that person's information a lot better.
Good.
So that is a geographically targetable mail piece. We have a lot of information on our website. If you go to business, and the second tab is every door direct mail, it will really show you a lot of information. And what you're doing is you're targeting a specific route. So each carrier has about 8 hours worth of work, and you are going to give that to that carrier, and they're going to add it to every single one of their stops. So you're targeting a geographical area. There's some demographics, so you can choose, hey, what age range am I looking for? What income ratio am I looking for? To target what clients I know I'm looking for. And it's simplified. So again, you're not printing an address list. The postage on that is very inexpensive compared to first class mail. We're talking about 18 cents a piece.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
To do everyday direct mail.
Every door direct mail.
Every door direct mail.
I found that works very well.
Not every day. Every door.
You can
every day.
You can do it every day.
Now at 18 cents a piece, hey.
It makes it very affordable for small businesses to do repetitive, keeping their message in front of those customers, because as a marketer, if you send one mailing out, what good is that going to do? It really takes a constant message in order to get that that consistency and that feedback. And that's one thing that I do as a consultant for the Postal Service is make sure that they're going to be effective.
Right.
We want them to utilize the mail, but we also want them to utilize it effectively so they're successful and they will continue to use us.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So do you have any success stories that you can share about maybe an example? And, you know, if we can't mention names, I understand. But if there are some things that stand out in your mind that you've seen people do that you thought were highly effective, what are those?
Oh, gosh, there's a range of things. Number one, I've worked with a couple groceries, especially smaller ones that are open up to different marketing schemes, is where, you know, right now a lot of grocery stores will send their flyers within the newspaper. That's usually sandwiched with about 2 or 3 other grocery stores. And within an area that can be picked up and put into the recycling just as easily as the mail, but they're not getting that separation. So with that EDDM campaign, we can target the geographical area around that store and make sure we're hitting those potential customers and being effective in making sure that the mailbox is not as full as the newspapers. And really cost-wise, you know that you're going to be hitting your target audience, not necessarily who orders the newspaper. So that's been very successful. Probably one of my favorite, because it really shows the specific targetability of mail, is we had a local high-end cosmetic company, which I won't mention their name, but they cater specifically to estheticians that will write a recommendation for their product, right? So not only do they want to sell more product, but they also want to bolster those estheticians. So what they did is they came up with a marketing campaign where they targeted a geographical area around the estheticians that they worked with. They targeted a female audience of a certain age and of certain income that may be their potential clients. And they sent a very nice first-class mail piece with samples of their product.
Oh, nice.
And information to go along with it. They had a tremendous ROI with that mail campaign, and they've grown it quite a bit.
From using samples to send out and testimonials and getting some feedback from that and being able to utilize their samples to then get it in the hands of the people that need to use it.
Correct.
And so tell me this filtering, how do we filter specific demographics and how do we go about wanting to just get the females within that certain age range? Walk me through that process.
So that's not necessarily a service that the Postal Service provides ourselves. We help with some of the addressing and stuff like that, and maybe some of the barcoding, and we have something that's called an IMBD, which is an intelligent mail barcode. However, when it becomes to mailing lists, those are services that are provided from outside private entities that are going to build those kind of lists for you. And you want to make sure that you have a reputable company that is going to have something that is also up to date, and we provide a lot of information for those companies to bounce it off our system, make sure those addresses are good, and there's not a recent forward and a lot of that. So that you try to shoot for a really low percentage of that mail coming back.
Right.
But the short answer is you look for a mailing list company.
Gotcha.
And we do have a lot of that information through our business customer gateway as well.
Okay. And like, if you want to get people who vote or people who, or any of those lists, we can, work with the county or wherever to go to get different lists for different types of demographics that you're after. And then the post office will make sure that those addresses are good and do return service address, get it back. So tell me some examples of what not to do.
Well, what not to do. There is a lot of mistakes that happen when sending mail. Don't get discouraged. There are some resources to help you figure those out. On our USPS.com, there's a whole business link, and there is a tremendous wealth of information on those. For those businesses in this southern area, I do encourage you to contact me if you have any questions. And if you have a question on your mail piece validity, I can send that off to mailing standards and kind of get some feedback. But don't give up. There is some resources. We do have what's called irresistible mail.
Okay.
That will give you some suggestions on what to do. Maybe some of the things that we have found, different type of colors, schemes, different things that will call to action your customers, and different strategies that will help make you effective as possible.
Good. Well, I want to thank you for making your way out here. And is there any lasting, wonderful information that our viewers need from you right now?
The Postal Service is here to help. The Postal Service is here to help grow business and help people be successful. So it can be a little bit of a learning curve. We are trying to get better and being more user-friendly. But when you learn to use us properly, we can be a huge asset to your company.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking
My
the time to tell us all about this. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching, and tune in next time.